Welcome, ladies, degenerates, and gentlemen, to the second episode of the DeGents podcast, brought to you by Hot Shots Bar and Grill, located in Leominster, Mass. Also brought to you by Big Guns Power Washing out of Salem, New Hampshire. And also brought to you by Top Shelf Snacks. Go check out those links in the description. We are missing one today, but I'm your host, Steve Fuski, here with my counterpart, Big Rich.
What's up, Fuski? How you doing today?
Chilling, brother. Saturday morning, day before the NBA All-Star Game, day of the XFL season debut, spring ball.
Let's go.
We got the return of Tiger Woods in the Genesis. That third round kicks off in about a half hour from now. Before we dive into any of that, however, let's recap the Super Bowl from episode 1. Obviously, it was always the Chiefs.
Yep, it was always the Chiefs.
What a game, though.
Great game. I think we got robbed of the ending there a little bit. I think obviously everyone's up in arms about the call. Sucks the way it was ticky-tacky, but I think the Chiefs had momentum. They were going to win either way, but the ending could have been a lot better. I hate how it ended that way.
Yeah, you never want to call like that to decide such a good game. I mean,
yeah,
wire to wire, so much action, but That's how it goes. And the NFL rigged conversation will continue until we start next season, and probably through next season as well.
Yep, it will continue.
But anyways, the boys did pretty good on our picks. Definitely in the green. I think we all were positive.
Yeah, we definitely were all positive. I think Petty went 2-1. The only loss being that parlay, anytime touchdown parlay that missed by Boston Scott. And during the game I didn't recognize him. We were all watching it, but he almost got in.
Yeah,
like he had a couple carries down by like the 5-yard line. Like that could have been. What was the payout on that? That was a pretty hefty payout.
Ooh, I remember putting the odds up on the video, but it was up there.
It was up there. Oh man, that would have been a great hit on the first show. That'd been awesome.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the boys did pretty good.
Oh yeah, good day, best day of the year in sports, in my opinion. I love the Super Bowl.
Yeah, to mix that in with the waste management, that was awesome.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Congrats to our boy Noah Gray getting a ring in his second year. That's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of videos and pictures coming out of the parade. I'm sure they enjoyed themselves. That's a given.
That's a given. Parade day is always a good day. We've had a few of those here.
Yeah. And another narrative, the winning Kelsey brother, Travis. I don't know if you listened to the podcast or saw any of the clips, but they did a Super Bowl recap episode as well, him and Jason. And there's a clip of them getting into it, talking about after the game when they met up with each other and then they saw their mom.
Yeah.
And they get pretty emotional. I was listening to it at work the other day, and it's moments like that where, I mean, that's why we love to watch sports. There's always a story. There's always I don't want to call it an underdog story, but it's just the way that their family was thrusted into the spotlight, and it was just really cool to watch and listen to.
Yeah, it was. I actually listened to that portion of the podcast too, and yeah, Jason, they both got pretty emotional actually. Yeah, Travis too. Yeah, so it's bigger than football, you know. Families in the spotlight, and at the end of the day, one of them won, one of them lost, but when they were talking about their mom, dude, I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was really cool.
Shout out Mama Kelsey.
Yeah. Some other news. This is kind of blown over throughout the week, but the Juju and AJ Brown Twitter beef. with the Valentine's Day meme that he posted about James Bradbury. I will hold you when it matters most.
Oh, what a clown Juju Smith-Schuster is, dude. Like, Bradbury, even after the game, said, "Yeah, like I held him up a little bit," you know, which I didn't even think he did. But
Yeah, like you said, it
he's
was.
like post game, he said he held you, and then they're gonna pull that shit on Twitter the next day. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, like you said, it was ticky tacky, and then AJ Brown responds, and everybody else gets into it, turns into a big story, and I guarantee you, come Monday, a couple days from now, it'll be completely forgotten about.
Yep, most definitely. Until these guys go up against each other in the regular season next year or the year after.
Yeah, I think we have a rivalry brewing for sure.
Yep.
See if Juju's even there next year, but I think
Yeah.
him and Bradbury are both free agent. I know Juju is, but I'm pretty sure Bradbury's also a free agent this offseason. So who
Was
knows?
Juju was Juju a 1 year deal? Was it just a 1 year deal?
Yes.
Huh.
So
Interesting.
see how the moves fall into place, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that they end up on the same team or in the same division. So
Imagine.
um that's pretty much it from the Super Bowl. I mean, the game spoke for itself for sure.
Yep.
While we're on the topic of the NFL, however, there has been a lot of coaching moves. No moves thus far in the quarterback market, but a lot of buzz, of course, with Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, and even Lamar Jackson in his contract situation. Derek Carr, I believe, made the right move after the way things ended in Vegas, and he denied the trade to New Orleans so that the Raiders wouldn't gain from it and the team he goes to doesn't have to take a hit. I like the move. We'll see where it ends up going, but I don't know. I think New Orleans is the top spot right now, but I
Yeah.
don't really know what his situation is looking like coming up here.
I know. Yeah, he went on that visit to New York to visit with the Jets. Um, I don't think that would be a bad fit
No,
for
not
the
at all.
Jets. Um, Not somebody who I think is gonna elevate the Jets to that Super Bowl caliber level. I mean, their defense is pretty solid. Sauce Gardner like leading that defense and Williams on the D line. So they get a quarterback. I mean, they'll be pretty good, but I don't think Carr could elevate them to that Super Bowl level. Um, but I definitely think that he's better than what they have in the QB room right now. So
By far.
by far, Zach Wilson.
Um, yeah, they are. The Jets are definitely in the market for a veteran QB. The biggest story being Aaron Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
and with that guy, you never know what's going on. He's taking his trip into the darkness.
Yeah, dude, what even is that?
I don't really know, but it's Aaron Rodgers. He's always been a little bit different. So,
Well, like,
sometime,
question for you. Wait, he just entered a dark room for 4 straight days?
yeah, it's
What was that? 96 hours?
yeah, yeah,
Do you eat? Like, how do you?
yeah. They slide you food through a little slot.
And what? Like, what's like? Do you pay for this?
I believe he paid for it. Yeah, he gets it set up, and I don't know. It's supposed to. He said on the Pat McAfee show that's supposed to stimulate DMT in some sort of way. So, like I said, he's always been a little bit different. We'll see.
Hey,
Sometime beginning of next week, he'll come out of his dark hole or hut, whatever, and
well,
we'll see if he's even going to come back and play. Which I would assume he would come back and play for 50 million or whatever it is. It's kind of a lot of money to leave on the table.
yeah, I think he'll be back next year. Whether it's for the Packers, I don't think so. I think the Packers said that they're like 100% done with Rodgers. If I'm
I believe there's still a possibility that he ends up
also,
back in Green Bay. I
yeah,
don't think it's a done deal yet, but
I don't think he'll end up on the Packers though. I think if he does come back and play, it'll be for another team. I don't see him suiting up for the Packers this season coming up.
Yeah. The Jets, the Raiders, those are the other two in the top three if he's not going back to Green Bay. We'll see where that ends up. And then lastly, for quarterback news, is really just Lamar and what's going to go on with that contract situation. They couldn't settle it during the season. They're probably going to franchise tag him, either exclusively or non-exclusively. Either way, if a team does go after him aggressively, they're going to have to give up, I believe it's a minimum of 2 first-rounders. If it's an exclusive franchise tag, I believe it's 3, minimum of 3 first-rounders. So if I'm the Ravens, I mean, I've thought this from the beginning. That team is very mediocre without him. So you got to pay him in some way, shape, or form, whether it's through the tag. But yeah.
Yeah, pay the man. Absolutely, his first full season in the NFL, he won MVP. And I mean, I know he's had a couple lingering injuries over the last couple of years, and but with those injuries, you can see the difference that he makes out in the field.
Yeah.
So pay the man. Obviously, injuries happen, and he's probably a little bit more injury prone since he's on the ground. He's a rusher along with a passer. He's probably gonna be dealing with injuries for majority of his career. But I mean, that guy's a game changer, man. You got to pay that. You got to pay that kind of talent. You got to keep him.
You can see the difference when he's not on the field. It's very, very obvious. The Jets, again, did say, saw a notification from Sleeper saying they could seriously consider pursuing a trade if that franchise tag situation does go into place. Again, this is all, it's a domino effect. Once I believe Rodgers will be, or Derek Carr will probably be first, and then we'll see the corresponding moves from there. So yeah, NFL offseason is always exciting. We're going to see some guys move around. Coaching wise, Sean Payton to the Broncos. Obviously, he was the top dog out there, and you have a veteran quarterback in Russ who had his worst season by far. So bring that guy in, see if you can save him, turn things around there in Denver.
I think. I mean, their roster is talented. The defense is unbelievable. It's the offense, man. They have like good talent too. Like Courtland Sutton, very good wide receiver. Jerry Jeudy was banged up for a few games. He's very good. Who's their tight end? Tim Patrick was hurt this year. He's coming back. He's coming back. Well, who's their tight end? Dulcich.
Yep.
Dulcich.
He's a rookie.
I mean, he was a rookie, and he showed a little bit of promise. So, I mean, Sean Payton comes in, and maybe – I mean, I know Russ is definitely degressed the last couple of years. I mean, he's getting older. But to have that big of a drop-off from when he was on the Seahawks to what he was this year, like, it had to have been something going on with the coaching. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett definitely sucks, but
yeah, good guy.
There's
but
bad
coach.
definitely something going on there. But I think Peyton will be able to turn him around.
Yeah, if anyone can revive that situation, it would be him. Just kind of, I think you just have to. Oh, and not to forget Javonte Williams, who's also hurt here.
I was so high on Javonte Williams, man, this year.
He'll be back.
He will be back, but the amount of first rounders I spent on him and redraft fantasy leagues, I was so high on him. I drafted him everywhere.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Yeah.
Just got to focus on the things that Russ does well, and I think the rest will come.
Absolutely.
Let's just run through some of these other coaching moves. Most recently, Eric Bieniemy gets hired as the Commanders' offensive coordinator, leaving Andy Reid and the Chiefs. You would expect him, well, maybe not expect, but you would think he is getting head coaching interviews. but I think the whole play calling situation, is it him? Is it Andy Reid? I think he's getting out from underneath the shadow in Washington, trying to prove to the rest of the league that he can do this on his own, and it is his mind that is involved in that amazing Chiefs offense. So I think this is just the next step in the ladder for him becoming a head coach in the future. Cardinals finally hired Jonathan Gannon, the defensive coordinator from the Eagles. They're obviously in a rebuild, and they won't even have Kyler for the first half of the season. The Colts hire the Eagles offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen. Another spot with a lot of talent on the roster that disappointed this year. And then their QB situation. They have the 4th pick in the draft. You would expect them to go get someone. Matt Ryan coming to the end of his career here.
Yeah. See you, Matt.
And
I think they're gonna draft Will Levis.
You think so?
I think he'd be a solid fit there too.
So
Obviously, we'll get into that. We'll get into some more NFL draft stuff, but
oh yeah, we'll have a draft special coming.
Oh yeah.
So first 4 picks is Bears, Texans, Cards, and Colts. We were actually talking about this the other day in the group chat about the Bears potentially trading Justin Fields and drafting Bryce Young. I do not see that happening. I think it's more of a smokescreen than anything. The fact that it's even talked about, to just pass up a year that he had and go with the guy who has potential, obviously, in Bryce Young, but has not even practiced in the NFL yet. Like, it's just a wild move to think about.
I know, it's tough. I would hate to be the Bears organization right now.
Yeah, they're definitely not in a good spot.
Justin Fields is a freak athlete. He can throw the football. I mean, his accuracy is not the best, but he can run the ball. Like, some of his runs this year were unbelievable.
I mean, it seemed like every game he was breaking a new record.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. But like, then you think, like, do you want more of a passer for the long term? You have the number 1 pick. There's 3 very good quarterback prospects. You could trade it.
A lot of value in the number 1 pick. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think they believe in him. I think he wants to be there, and I think that he will develop as a passer.
I think he'll develop as a passer too. So I don't know, man. I thought about this for a while. I was like, do they trade him?
I just can't see
draft Bryce Young. Yeah, but what would they try to get? They try to get more.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Where would they trade him?
Yeah.
It's just something. I think it's just, like I said,
Smoke screen. Yeah.
Panthers hire Frank Reich from the Colts. Again, from a team that had a very talented roster. The Panthers defense was pretty good last year, but same thing. I mean, what's their quarterback situation? They got Matt Corral, who got injured as a rookie, Sam Darnold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they probably go, what pick do they have? Let's see, 9. So they're not getting a top QB. Very unlikely, I think, unless they make a trade.
Yeah.
So that one's just kind of, we'll see it when we see it. I don't really know what to think of the Panthers right now.
I heard something the other day about, I was driving home from work. I was around like 2 a.m. I was listening to like, it feels like Fox Sports Radio, because that plays on 98.5, like on the off hours, like in the middle of the night. And briefly, I kind of heard them discussing about his Lamar Jackson's potential of going to the Panthers.
Ooh.
I was like, huh, interesting. So I didn't really read much into it after hearing that, but that's something to keep your eyes out on this for the off season.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Nothing is concrete until it is. And then last splash hire, one of my favorites, I think. Texans getting DeMeco Ryans from the Niners. They're obviously in a rebuild. They will be in the quarterback market in the draft.
Yep.
with the second pick. I think this is a long-term hire, bringing in a former player. What is it? 3 years in a row now that they've fired and hired a new coach.
Yeah.
So
So.
hopefully this brings some consistency there.
Mhm.
It's a dumpster fire after the whole Deshaun Watson situation. Like they have some Damian Pierce, some good young talent. I mean, I would like to
Yeah.
see them not be terrible. So
Remember, like just a few years ago, like that is one of those teams you'd look out for.
yeah, bro. D Watt was. I mean, they went to the playoffs at least one year with him.
Yeah. I
Um,
remember one game when they beat us. Like I just have a picture of D Watt hitting the guitar. Remember
yeah,
that? Was that
he's. I mean, he was a dog. I mean, we'll see if he gets back to his old ways in Cleveland, but
didn't
it's a
look
whole
that
other
nice this year.
situation.
So yeah, imagine paying that much money. Like Russ and D Watt
And
paying
Kyler,
and Kyler all that money, and man, oh, I'd be sick if
all that
I,
money,
if I
and
was
let's
the
see,
owner.
we got second pick, third pick, and where's Denver? Oh wait, they traded them all away, didn't they?
Yeah, so the fifth, they traded to
They
Seattle.
have the 30th pick from the Niners.
Oh man,
That's about it as far as bigger hirings go. Obviously, there's a bunch of coordinator moves, and I don't know anything else you want to talk about. You want to talk about Billy O coming back to the Pats?
oh I love it. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Did um you hear about the potential like the Debo Samuel to
Oh
the
no,
Patriots? You didn't hear of any of this?
seriously?
I mean, I've been doing a little Twitter fingering out there. I've been scrolling in the middle of the night while I'm at work, and I guess the Pats are sniffing out potentially making a trade for Debo,
Wow, I
right?
would absolutely love that.
I would love that. Billy O'Brien coming in, Mac Jones, and then a big third season coming up here, like make or break
Huge,
year.
huge.
And Billy O coming back. You get a guy like Debo, man. Like this offense could be something to reckon with next year.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, we'll hear more as the draft gets closer and other teams make moves with quarterbacks and things like that. Yeah. While we're on the NFL and football, before we move on to NBA All-Star Weekend, we have the kickoff of the XFL here
Let's
Saturday
go.
afternoon. And
Football never ends.
yeah, some spring ball. As a show, I watched a couple games when they did their first season back. I didn't really watch, but as a show, we each decided to pick a team and become a fan just for some football to talk about. So my squad is the Orlando Guardians, I believe.
The Orlando Guardians. Yep. How do you feel about them?
Honestly, I picked them because Paxton Lynch is their starting quarterback, and I remember him balling out at Memphis.
Yep.
That's
He
pretty
was
much the
balling.
only reason that I picked them.
Yeah. I picked the Seattle Sea Dragons.
Yeah, of course you did.
That's the thing though. I saw like their colorway, their color scheme, and I was like, I kind of fuck with them. So decided to pick them, and later to find out they have Josh Gordon. That's fucking awesome.
Ben DiNucci at the helm.
Yeah, I already bought a hat and a T-shirt.
There you go.
Um,
I got to get my
I
gear into.
I'll be wearing it for the next show. Wearing
Hell
my
yeah.
gear. Football season never ends. Let's go.
Yeah, sir. So we'll touch on that as we go here, but
Absolutely.
let's talk about this NBA All-Star weekend. After we talk about the All-Star game, which is always a fun weekend. I mean, the dunk contest is always fun. 3-point, and then you just basically get a bunch of alley oops and crazy plays in the All Star game. Best of the best.
Yep.
We'll touch on post All Star game playoff race. We talked a little bit about the West because of all the trades that went down last week, but I do want to touch on the Eastern Conference. So All Star game Team Giannis, Team Braun. The teams have not even been picked yet, but for whatever reason, there is a line +3 to Team Giannis, -3 for Team Braun, over 325 in the game. What are you thinking here?
I mean, the only play as of right now. I mean, we don't even know what the teams are. I don't know how there's a line.
And I'm not sure it'll even matter.
Yeah, like doesn't matter. Pick a team to win if you like a couple of the players on one team or the other. But does that? Do you think? Is anyone going to take the under in this? Like,
That's no
what kind?
fun. If
I'm
you
gonna say
take
what?
if you take the under in the NBA All-Star game, you are a loser. Sorry.
I'm gonna say, yeah. What kind of asshole turns on the NBA All-Star game and bets the under? Like, so the only play here is the over.
Over.
Let's have some fun with it. Take the over 325.
Hell yeah. That's all it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean it's all about fun. It's the All-Star weekend. What do you think about the dunk contest? You taking anyone in that?
I don't know. Let me see here. What do you got up there for odds? I gotta log in.
I got Mac McClung as a favorite, plus 115. KJ Martin plus 250. Jericho Sims plus 250. And then Trey Murphy third, plus 330. I'm probably gonna rock with Trey Murphy here.
Yeah, he's bottom.
He's the fourth best odds here. I'm rocking with Trey Murphy.
Okay.
There's no specific reason. I'm not going to give you any stats or nothing on him. I couldn't even tell you where he went to college. But he's plus 330. I'm taking him.
Pocket, right?
Pocket.
I actually like that. This Mac McClung kid, apparently he can fly.
Yeah, he absolutely can. Watching his hoop mixtapes back in the day.
Oh shit, he's a baller.
Yeah, he is a baller. Guy can slam it.
If we are throwing picks out here, I will go with Kenny Martin Jr. Just because he's a junior, and I remember watching Kenny Martin playing NBA 2K, like
Yep.
5, whatever it was.
Yeah, oh yeah. that guy was he was good.
Yeah, man.
Papa Martin was solid. You know what, Fuski? I don't want what was the guy? Trey Murphy. If we're betting, we're squad riding. We're going KJ. We're going KJ Martin.
Let's go. And then who's in the 3-point? Dame, Buddy Hield, Kevin Huerter. I don't know how to say his last name.
I think it's just
Herter. Oh, that's
Herter.
Tyler Hero, JT, Tyrese Halliburton, Laurie Markkinen, Julius Randle.
Yeah, man.
You like that?
Yeah. Absolutely, he's like that.
Damn, I thought he was more of a bully.
He is.
Shows you how much of the Knicks I watch.
Oh man, the Knicks! What a dumpster fire year in and year out those guys are.
Yeah, I know. You always think, oh, maybe they'll be good this year, and it just never plays out. You know what I like here? Looking at the odds on DK.
Yep.
As we both rep the Celtics today, I will be taking Jason Tatum to make the final round plus 140. Just got to do it.
Oh shit! To make the final round plus 140. Okay, I can get around that.
Yeah.
JT, that's our guy.
You gotta take JT.
I have a question for you though. I'm looking at this on DK. Lillard's plus 350. Buddy Hield's plus 425. Then you look down below and it says to make final round. Why is Buddy Hield the favorite? Is it a different?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't like. There's got to be a reason for that. Is Buddy Hield the play?
Plus 425 outright.
Yeah, there is
that.
There is a new wrinkle though in the 3-point contest this year.
Is there?
They're adding. I don't know how many of these shots, but I think maybe two shots they're adding from like deep 3-point range.
Oh.
And it's worth
instead of a money ball.
Yeah, like a money ball. It's worth. Give me a second. I'll look this up. I saw this the other day in Sports Center. I think yeah. So they're adding 2 additional Mountain Dew shots. Wait, and this will increase the maximum possible score to 40. Um, I don't know where it's located, where the shots are going to be located from, and they also added 10 seconds to the time the round.
Okay. Interesting.
But I know, buddy, I know Damian Lillard's the favorite here at plus 350. I'm gonna rock with D Lil. Um,
Cold.
Yeah, dude, that dude's cold, ice in his veins. But
Sure.
earlier in the year, I saw something. He said, obviously Curry's the greatest shooter of all time, but he said he should be in that conversation for the next best shooter of all time.
Who said that? Curry?
No, D Lil.
Oh, well, yeah, he's been betting on himself, but he is. I mean, he's pretty damn clutch.
I know, but like this is your opportunity, man. Curry's not in this field. You're
Show
one
him
of the
what's good.
greatest shooters of all time. And he backs it up too. So I'm taking him plus 350.
Love it. Love it. All right, that's as much as you can really do for the All-Star game. It's fun.
Correct.
Just have something going, you know.
Well, I got one more play actually.
Oh, okay.
Skills challenge, team rookies.
Oh, I forgot about this.
It's like a weird format. So it's like obviously the game's in Utah, and so there's a team Jazz. I think like Jordan Clarkson, Laurie Markkinen might be on it too. And there's one more player in the Jazz that's on their team. Then it's the team rookies. Apollo Banchero's in it.
Oh, yeah. He's been balling.
Yep. 1 second. Let me just look this up real quick. But I'm taking team rookies plus 140 for anyone who wants to ride that with me. So it's Jordan Clarkson for team Jazz. It's Jordan Clarkson, Walker Kessler, and Colin Sexton. Rookies, it's Paulo Banchero, Jaden Ivey, and Jabari Smith Jr. And the team Antetokounmpo, it's the Antetokounmpo brothers, and they are plus 475.
I don't know. Those
So
long strides might give him a half-second advantage.
yeah, but like, don't you have to make like a 3-point shot? There's no way Thanasis is hitting a 3-point shot first try.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
I
yeah.
don't even. There's no way Giannis is either.
It might take him 2 or 3.
Yeah, you know. So I'm basically making this a team Jazz versus team rookies, and I'll ride the young guns. Let's go team rookies here plus 140.
Some value. Love it.
A little bit of
No
value.
play. No play there for me. I forgot that it was even happening, to be honest. So let's talk a little bit about after the All-Star break when the games start to matter. Like I said, we touched on the West because of the amount of things that got shaken up. I think because the West was so wide open, teams were a lot more aggressive at the deadline. You have some stars and Katie to the Suns, Kyrie to the Mavs. They're just looking for that extra push to be the one to come out of the West and give themselves a shot. So that will play out as it does. But in the East, we didn't really talk much about it. Celtics are up a half a game on the Bucks currently. They've been banged up a little bit, but they're starting to get healthy again, getting Marcus Smart back just before the break. They're still kind of nursing the knee injury with Rob Williams. So, and then you got Sixers in third, Cavs putting a strong effort up for top 5 there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it's just kind of up in the air. So,
I mean, yeah, the Eastern Conference is good, man.
It's much stronger than the West.
Eastern Conference is real good. It's tough to say if it's much stronger or not. But it's in years past, it's always been like the top 4 or 5 teams in the East.
Oh yeah,
East is running. I'd say the first top 11 teams, like even down to the Bulls. They're 2 games out of the play-in round, and I think the Bulls are a pretty good team too. DeRozan, Levine, um, Vucevic. It's still a good team. So the East has come a long way.
For sure. Yeah, so I want to ask you a question here.
Let's hear it.
With the Celtics a half a game ahead of the Bucks, we know the Bucks are a strong team, and it's usually those two. Philly seems to just always choke down the stretch.
Yep.
Do we think the Celtics are true frontrunners in the East and I guess across the league?
Yeah, absolutely. They should be anyway. Do you disagree with that, or do you agree with that statement?
I don't disagree with it, but I will say that the Bucks make me nervous.
The Bucks make me nervous. Absolutely. Um, I don't know, but like they also played them the other night, and we didn't have Smart, Tatum, or Brown, and we took them to OT. So like
Yeah, I think that might be a little
in
bit of
Milwaukee,
I think that might be a little bit of the Bucks just playing down to
yeah, no, I hear that.
a little
But
less motivation.
the Celtics, they seem hungry. They got a deep team. I think that game though shows that Celtics are deep.
Yeah.
Um, I really like the addition of Mike Muscala. The
Yeah,
more
I
you
want to
watch
see
him,
how he
like
comes along.
yeah, the more you watch it, it's like this guy can shoot the ball, fits in perfectly. He's
Love it.
one of those 3-and-D guys, you know. So I do truly think if they don't win the Eastern Conference, if they don't make it to the title, I think the season is an absolute failure.
Easy. Yeah, I think
They got to
they,
get to the finals at least.
yeah, so I like their chances. They got to make it back. Um this is a thought that crossed my mind the other day with the West being so wide open. Um I I think the Clippers might have a good chance to run the table.
Yeah,
And I'm sure you can get pretty good value for the West and probably very good value to win the championship.
yeah. Let's take a look. Let's check
It
this.
all will depend on PG and Kawhi staying healthy, of course, but they've been managing both of them pretty frequently throughout the season. So fourth in
Yep.
the West right now, they're 9 games back, but I think that's a sleeper pick.
Plus 450 to win the Western Conference.
Hmm.
Um, mm, I, I'm not a huge fan of the plus 450 value. If it was getting to like the plus 600 range,
Mm-hmm.
I would like it a little bit more. NBA champion, they're plus 900,
Not even 10 to
so
1.
not even 10-1. So I mean, I do think that team can make a run. Kawhi Leonard has been the guy on a championship team and down the stretch making that run. So I
Mm-hmm.
think they can do it. It's got to stay healthy. Paul George as well. I think they can do it. I just think the value. I think we've kind of missed out on the value.
Yeah, and they made a couple moves too. Picked up Bones Highland.
Bones,
See how he does
Bone.
fits in that
Yeah.
role.
Yeah,
But
we'll see
again,
how you fit in, but
it's all going to depend on the Suns and Mavs and how those two moves play out. How those
mhm.
guys mend with the squad. I mean, D Book and KD together is just absolutely deadly.
Yeah, DeAndre Ayton,
Yeah,
Chris
CP3, who I
Paul.
failed
Oh
to
my
mention.
God. Yeah, dude, I that's crazy. That team should be really good.
They
They're
should
miss,
be.
but like, it's the thing though. Is like you got all these stars, but you kind of traded off like those glue players. You know, like Mikal
Yeah,
Bridges, Cam Johnson. You know, like those guys. Obviously, you need the stars to win in the league, but in making a playoff run, like those guys are just as important, just maybe just below.
yeah, you do
It's
need depth for sure.
but I mean, if you look at their roster, CP3, D Book, KD, Aiton, the team's solid, man.
Unbelievable.
That team is solid. Um,
That
yeah,
about wraps it up for the NBA. We'll see that play out. We got the All Star game tomorrow. That should be fun. Um, So it is just past 11:45, round 3 of the Genesis kicking off. We tweeted out some picks on Wednesday. I went 1-3. Only bet hitting was Tiger to make the cut, and that was a gift from the gods as he sat one back of the cut line yesterday. A few guys dropped some shots, and they moved it to +1, and he sneaks in. Sam
Snuck it in.
Burns. Sam Burns was an absolute flop, and then the little make the cut parlay was just kind of something fun. Spieth didn't even make it, so it wasn't the way I expected it to go. But
Yeah.
Max Homa currently in the lead at what is it, 11 or 10?
Last time I checked, it was 10. They had to finish the second round this morning, right?
I think they just wrapped it up, and they just teed
Yeah.
off the third.
Yep. So he is -10 in the lead. 3 guys tied at -9. Lee Hodges, John Rahm, and what is it? Keith Mitchell or Kevin Mitchell? It's Keith, right?
Keith, and
Mitchell.
he's been playing very well this season, actually.
Yes, he's been playing some great golf.
And then you got
I
a few
actually-
guys lurking.
Yes, we've got some. It's gonna be a good 2 days of golf here, man. We
Big
got
names.
Morikawa at -8, 2 shots off. Patrick Cantlay, 3 shots off. Rory 4. Will Zalatoris at -5. So I'm gonna put out a play. I'm gonna find out what Colin Morikawa's odds are. I'm gonna take Colin live, and I'm going to sprinkle Will Zalatoris.
Billy Z.
5 shots off. I think this guy's ball striking is unbelievable. He's gonna win someday. Let's make it this weekend. I'm gonna let me look up those odds right now. Actually,
Love it.
I have DK up, so let's take a look. While I'm looking here, we'll go over my picks from the other day. I had Hayden Buckley top 20. He's been playing pretty good golf so far this season. I thought the plus 500 value was I thought plus 500 was pretty good value for a top 20 finish. He has 2 top 5 finishes this season already. Came out, shot a 2 under 69 on Thursday, and then flopped yesterday. Absolutely flopped. Shot a +7. Shot a 78 yesterday.
Wow.
And man, it's like I checked. He birdied his first hole of the day, so I checked -3. I was like, let's go. And then I checked like an hour later, and he was like +5. I was like, holy shit, how did that happen? So didn't work out there. I still have Tony Finau top 10 finish. I think he's currently -1, if I'm not mistaken.
He had a good day yesterday.
Yeah, he shot he had a 69 yesterday. He's -1, tied 33. He's one of those guys, if the flat stick gets going, he can pull out a 63, 64 like nothing. So obviously it's going to be a stretch to get to the top 10. He's currently sits, he's only 3 shots back at the top 10. So that's still looking good. I have him outright. I think he's got to pull a like back-to-back 63s to even have a shot at the outright. But I still like the top 10. I got that at +170. So
yeah, we'll see if
currently,
he can make it done. It's just, Max Homa is the hottest golfer on the tour right now, and then of course you have John Rahm fighting for that world #1 back from Scotty Scheffler, who is -4. These last 2 rounds are going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited. Very excited for these last 2 rounds, man.
There's NHL going on right now. We haven't really touched on much of that at all, other than noting the Bruins are the best team in the league. Of course.
Yep. I just want to quickly say I got the odds for the Genesis Invitational live, and so I'll be taking Morikawa +650. I'll put 1 unit on that, and I'll sprinkle. I'll do a half unit on Will Zalatoris +4,500.
Love that. Yeah, I got Rahm 8-1 after his first tee shot of the first round. Everybody was missing the green on on 10, and he just pops one right up there. I was like, this guy's just too good. So
Yeah.
I threw a little sprinkle on that. That's about all I got.
Get him at that 8-1 value because right now he's plus 240. So
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's a good bet, Fuski.
Oh, actually, I want to welcome a new segment to the show called Constructive. Let's restart that. I want to welcome a new segment to the show, Constructive Criticism, brought to you by Lashua Construction. We are each going to pick something that kind of grinds our gears about sports, and any sport, anything. Just something that we have some constructive criticism for. I will lead off. This is just kind of for fun, but the NBA All-Star and MVP. I don't know what you want to call it, but when guys kind of pad stats for their MVP voting and All-Star voting, it seems as if they value it more than they do winning regular season games, and that just kind of bothers me. For example, there was a game where Jason Tatum was 1 assist off a triple double against a bottom team in the East, and there's less than 5 minutes left in the game, and they're just forcing the ball to him so he can get another assist just to pad the numbers. I don't like that. I love Jason Tatum. I think he deserves to be in the talks for MVP, but just little stuff like that. I mean, there's no reason for him to be in the game when you're up 10 plus with no time left and the game's basically over.
Yeah, I agree there. Let's worry about winning some games and staying healthy versus pad stats,
Agreed.
So my constructive criticism here is Tiger Woods the other day played a little joke on JT after out driving him. And then yesterday, Tiger apologized for his little prank on JT, and we can't have fun anymore, man.
Seriously.
Everyone's. Oh my God, this drives me nuts. Like, it's a little friendly banter, right? Like,
just having fun out there with a buddy.
Just having fun out there with, like, if I was out on the golf course and then, like, say I'm with my little brother, I'm with Keegan, we're walking up to our balls and he outdrove me by 5 yards and he handed me that, dude, I would piss myself. That'd be hysterical, So it just grinds my gears that stuff like that can't happen anymore. And
yeah,
it's funny, and I think it's just learning not to have fun anymore, and I don't think that's a good way to live life. Have fun.
Not at all. The fact that he even had to address it, I think, is kind of ridiculous. But
I think he should have addressed and said, "Fuck you! That shit's funny as hell. that shit is unbelievably funny." But I mean, Tiger, he has a bigger reach than I do, So I guess people are offended, then he has to do what he's got to do. But
yeah,
I think it's
all
dumb.
right. Well, that about does it for episode 2 of the DeGents podcast. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, check out our sponsors in the description, check out our socials in the description. We are going to try to continue to stay on this week by week schedule and keep bringing you guys some entertainment throughout the sports world as these seasons progress and the new ones come along.
Absolutely. It's been real, Fuski.
Oh yeah.
It's been real. We are looking forward to getting Petty back next week as well.
Yes, sir. We missed him.
We missed him. The flowing locks.
All right. Thanks, guys.